Get in, losers. It's the Art Club. Gonna make you think twice about being a creative. Well, thank you, Bill. I always liked that name. I always thought it was a very, very handsome name. I appreciate that. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday night. My name's Storygrown. I like to draw. Most of the time. Literally, most of the time. Hypothetically, all of the time. Subconsciously, all the time. Always coming up with new ways of embarrassing myself and my imagination. And this is my club. This is where I set my mind free. And all of that pent-up frustration and privileged, pitiful little poor me pussyfooting around really gets me nowhere. And I've been trying to change my attitude. I'm trying to turn this frown upside down. I'm trying to clear my throat more often. See, just like that. Preventing myself from getting a bubble in my throat, like a professional would and does. And taking my mind and my body to the next limit of comfort and joy. Oh, this took a lot more than 10 hours. So far, anyways. Great comment, or question, though. I was just saying last night that it's probably been about 30 hours. Yeah, I'll show you the whole thing. That's how big it is right now. Basically like a poster size. And I was going to stop in the middle somewhere, but then I decided I'm just going to go all the way to the edges. Like I am right in that section right there. Scratch and sniff. Can you smell it? Snorri, that's kind of gross. Please don't ask the viewers to smell your art. They're not even in the same room. It's not the same as it was at the exhibition last Friday. I had fun, by the way. Oh, thanks, Terry. Appreciate that. No, I don't think my viewers care. They understand that I'm just joking around, I hope. I don't know. It is the internet. You gotta be very specific these days, Story. You be careful now. Thanks, Terry. Okay, have a good night. Bye, Terry. Hey, when you leave, can you turn off the lights? Because it makes me scared. I prefer the darkness. Thank you. All right, hang on. Oh, that's just my producer, Terry. He's a wonderful, terrifying human being. Not even sure that he's human, to be honest, or that he exists. But yeah, wishful thinking. You know, you gotta have some hope that some of the voices in your head are actual people. Yeah. No. Okay. Rest is for the weak-minded. Rest is for the. That's like me telling you. Get some cereal in you. It's like I don't know you from Adam, but I'm gonna tell you how to live. It's like what? Where does that get cool? I've known you for 13 seconds. You need to eat something. It's like what? Okay, you need to go fondle a bush. There's a kink for that. I would not Google that if I were you. No rest for the wicked, my friend. And when I do rest, I see things, and I've been places that you couldn't fucking fathom. But I appreciate the condescension. Everybody has their little opinions.
just like I do. I'm just assuming you were being rude. And you could have easily just been like, geez, you need to get some rest, because I don't know why anybody else would say that except to be somewhat rude. Because you don't know me enough to care about me, or to know that I don't get more rest these days than I have in the past several years. And that's what happens when you quit drinking alcohol. You get a huge burst of energy. And that was about 14 years ago. And that was when everything just exploded in me. It started coming out of me like way more than it was ever before. It was like it just opened a valve, and I've not been able to turn it off ever since. And that was about 14 years ago now. It'll be 14 years this October since I quit drinking. But I went from getting way too much rest in just being hungover and a useless, dried up scab of a human being into a very thoughtful, present, somewhat annoying, and quite talkative new version of myself that just happens to come with great art and responsibility. I think that's what happened to Spider-Man. I read those comics. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, you be good. You get some rest too. Eat some Cheerios. I like your name. Just whatever you do, just be safe out there. The world is not a kind place, and you deserve nothing. Not you, Pokemon, just anybody in general. And I mean that from a cosmic point of view. I don't mean that from a, humanologistical point of view. Ooh, is that a word? Oh, look at this. I'm going to make an arm coming out right there. That is a crazy looking alien thing. That could be the eyes and the mouth right there. Yeah. And this arm will just be coming down like this, getting ready to grab Mickey. Or Ricky. And I couldn't have done it without you, Pokemon. It's you and me, and then it's all these other dirty birdies, you know? Hold on. Let me get it closer. And by the way, don't take anything I say personal. I'm also just reacting to things I see, just like anybody else. Except I'm learning more about myself because I'm learning how to see myself in other people, and other situations arise, and I say like, oh wait, this is my chance to make up for that one time I was a total jerk. That one time when I just robbed that person blind, this is my chance to somewhat make things right with the universe. I've never robbed anybody blind in my life, but I was just using that as an example. I think that you can disagree with people and you can still be friends, and I know personally that you can be let down by people and still want to give them your life because you love them so much. You can get your heart broken by somebody who just still want to give everything to them. It's a weird trait. Some kind of weird twisted demon. There we go. And then finger back there. And then I'm just going to do that one just sticking out like that. That way you know it's a hand. It's picking out the ear of Ricky Rat. I wrote a song about him. I forget how it goes. I think it's in D. Ricky Rat, easy peasy. Wait, hold on. Stop. What? No. Ricky Rat, Ricky Rat. He's a little piece of shit. He's my favorite rat. Ricky Rat. He stole my dog and he shot my cat. Ricky Rat, oh, Ricky Rat. Something like that. He's my best friend, knocked out my tooth and stole my wallet and took my wife to Niagara Falls. Ricky, Ricky Rat, Ricky Rat, Ricky Rat. All that kind of stuff, you know. If you're so inclined. I wrote an album. It's called Ricky Rat Returns from the Grave. Volume 3. There's a few that came before it, but not as catchy as the last one. Everybody's gonna die, and nothing lasts forever, just so you know. That's why it's best to leave your mark while you can in the best ways that only you and maybe the voices in your head will ever understand. Life is a hell of a drug, but it's not the only one. Let's just say that. I returned from the Sahara about 3 weeks ago, only to find that my hometown was gone. It's just a big hole in the ground. And then I realized that I was dreaming, and I woke up, and I thought to myself, holy crap, that was an interesting dream. But I put 2 and 2 together like Humpty Dumpty. And I started drawing for the first time in 37 years. And when I picked up the pen for the first time and smelled it, oh my golly gosh darn dang, friends, it reminded me so much of the ink I used to eat back when I was a freshman in high school. Just eat it. I used to just eat it. Loved it. Loved it. It's just so delicious. Then I learned that if you freeze it and then you chip it off as you go along throughout the day, it lasts a lot longer, and the buzz doesn't wear off until around 2:30 or something like that, 2:45, something like that. So you can ride that high. You can ride it like a tidal wave all the way to the grave. We're all gonna die. Amen. All right. If you got this far, I commend you. And I have to ask, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Nothing to see here. Move along. Get off me lawn. Get off me lawn. There. And now it's some kind of devil reaching down. Oh gosh. Reaching down from the heavens. Grabbing onto Ricky's Ratsy's little ear, I guess. But I don't think those are called ears anymore. Bowling balls. More like it. This is really hard to draw like this, but I'm doing my best. I was thinking about building a castle and having all my friends come and hang out. Does anybody want to join in? It'll be a really cool castle on top of a mountain. Any kind of mountain you want. If you're afraid of heights, we'll take the mountain down brick by brick and lay it out flat for miles. Just to give you the idea, like the feeling, the energy of a mountain, you know? Just so you know you're actually you're on a mountain. I would do that for you. Not many people would, but I would. I would never lie to you. I love saying that on the internet. I would never lie to you. This chair is louder than I am. Lo siento to my Spanish-speaking friends. And my American-speaking friends, because they... Hemispherian friends. What is it? Because they, too, would understand maybe 1 or 2 words of Spanish. So maybe they would... It's not just my Spanish-speaking friends. It's people that know a few words of Spanish and might recognize that word. That's all I'm trying to say. I just want to cover all my bases. The lawyers are really strict around here. And if you're gonna speak your mind, it's best to always be about 3. You can't tell, but I'm always 3 steps ahead. They used to call me 3 steps ahead Ned back in high school for some reason, even though my first name is Story. It doesn't make any sense, but I guess they couldn't figure out how to rhyme story with, super high intelligence. It's beyond me. as I am quite a liar. Passer! Gosh. Isn't that the truth, man? When I shave, when I have to shave myself, oh my gosh. It is the most horrifying ordeal that you can imagine. Yeah, I mean, it's practically mowing, and that's a funny way of putting it, mowing and snipping, but grooming is the devil. That's why Beck wrote that song, Devil's Haircut, it's just, wait, you meant, oh, landscaping. I thought you were talking about like manscaping or something. Yeah, that's me off the cuff. It's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, crap, I just fucked that up. I'm drawing, I'm like holding my arm like 5 feet away from my actual body. If you people were to actually see what I'm doing right now, it's nightmare fuel, and it's like Slender Man meets Frodo Baggins. You do not want a piece of this visual. Lo siento to my Spanish and barely speaking Spanish friends out there. Oh, okay. I know how that is. And to be honest, my first jobs were mowing and snipping. I was just talking to my mom about that the other night. Like in order to get my first guitar, I worked for all these people out in the country where I lived. I just excuse me, rode my bike up to their house. These people I didn't even know. I just rode my bike up to these like mansions and shit. And I was like, I need to pay for my guitar. Can I mow your lawns? And they'd be like, no, we have somebody to do that, but you can weed and do that. And so sometimes they would, these like rich old ladies would like, I was like 15, trying to buy my first guitar. And so, but anyways, my mom also had a really good friend who practically was like my aunt. I consider my aunt. She's awesome. Her name's Sam. And her and her mom lived next to each other outside of Chico. There was an orchard in between them, so I would mow Sam's yard, and then I would push the lawnmower through this orchard to get to Verna's house. And then after I was done, Verna always had a fridge out in the garage, and it was stocked full of ice cold beverages. Oh my god! And this was like 1995. I was 15, and I'd always get a squirt. Nothing was as satisfying as walking across the orchard back to Sam's place where my bike was, and sitting in the shade and drinking a frickin' squirt. That was just like, it's those moments, friends. I think people always look for a meaning in life, and I feel like it's in those little moments when it's just those little slices. Such slices that you'll never forget those moments, how personal it was to you, or how great something tasted, or how you just like finally just first recognized that something could even taste so freaking good, or refreshing, it's just, to be a human is quite interesting, sort of. You take care, Passer. For all the people that don't know, Passer is in Australia. So I imagine it's like day for him, like early day, like morning-ish. Maybe he already said that. I'm sorry if he did. I can never get it right. I'm always just trying to keep it straight what time it is over here where I live. I'm always backwards and forwards and everything in between all the time. Like a dream. That's what starts happening in real life, and you think they call it insanity, but I just call it, just being aware. And not woke aware. Woke aware is actually this really thick, furry, like, fabric that you wear as underwear, and they call it woke aware because it looks like a Wookiee. It's like a Chewbacca, but it comes in different colors, stripes, and all sorts of red, white, and blue, and everything. For the little patriot in you, Wookiee underwear. Go get some. I'm sure it exists. It's 1:30 p.m. on a Saturday, and he's at an ATM. Anybody? So if you need a few bucks, just he's pretty good about that. Whenever he lets me know when he's at an ATM at any given moment, and he just shoots me money. So I'm sure he'd hook you all up if you just ask. You know, his private home number and his email address and physical address and GPS are in my description as usual. Thank you, Pastor. You've been invaluable. But now we're gonna have to let you go. Oh, hey, Pokemon. Sorry, somebody was just really laughing really loud, and it was really strange. And it made me think to myself, like, whoa. If only I had a friend, someone who just came by to say hi every once in a while, yeah. Like Mallory, Mallory. Kang or Kong? It's gotta be Kang. Mallory, Kang. Hello, Mallory Kang. I would never let you down. Hey, thank you so much. I made a promise to Mallory about 13 weeks ago. I made a promise to Mallory. That was about 13 years ago now. That anytime Mallory came on, well, Mallory gets a song. And I don't know why I came up with that rule, but I've tried to stay with it. I'm a straight shooter. And I gosh darn, diggly dang, won't take. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I'm a straight shooter. I don't mess around when it comes to that kind of stuff. And Mallory, you deserve every single one of them songs. And that's not just the cowboy, the cowpoker in me saying that, just so you know. That's the rest of me as well. All of me. All 1,700 of me. There's different things going on all the time. Oh, you don't have to be sorry. Sometimes I go live 3 or 4 times a day. It's ridiculous. You don't ever have to apologize to me. I do ask one thing though. If I'm ever short, if I'm at the grocery store and I'm like short like a nickel or 6, like a nickel and a penny, for example, and you have it, please just give it to me. Unlike last time. I could write 10 songs about that last time, Mallory. All I needed was 6 cents, and you had 7. And you walked away. I wrote a song about that too. Walking, she walking away. Yeah. Walking. Oh, golly gosh darn dang, JJ. Walking away. Something like that. You really gotta up the you gotta jump up the Kermit in that one. Yeah, the walking. You gotta really shoot up for that nasal cavity up there. You're gonna hit them high notes. You're not allowed to say high notes in country western musics anymore. Modern day country western musics, because they take it for the devil. Unlike us old outlaw artists that don't really get all the limelight or any of that lemon light anymore anyways. Yeah, they don't even know what the country is anymore either. They wouldn't know their country from a hole in the ground. Maybe they would. Gosh darn dang, I do apologize, everybody. How's that? A lot of people died? About 9/11. Oh, I get what you're saying. I don't laugh about that. There's people, sometimes, JJ, in life you're going to find people that laugh about things. And it might seem weird for them to laugh about it, but a lot of people use laughter and jokes and things as a you know, like a shield, you know, or it's a way that they cope with loss and stuff like that, you know. And it's, you know, like laughter is the best medicine kind of thing. It's you've got to you got to be able to laugh at yourself and these like crazy situations that all of us go through. I'm not saying laugh at what that happened, obviously, but I think that that's where some people just want to be assholes and just get your, you know, rile up some feathers. But then other people also have no tact and or have forgotten. I think I watch a lot of like videos about people in airports doing stupid stuff, you know, like drunk people and stuff, and they're saying, "What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?" And they it's as if people have forgotten about 9/11 and what happened right afterwards, where nobody was flying for like 2 days or something. You know, airports were shut down. Nobody was in the sky at all, except the Bin Ladens, of course. The fucking government let the Bin Ladens fly the fuck out of here, but everybody else was grounded. And after that, security was up 1,000 fucking million%. And so, think before that, you could walk right up to the freaking gate, literally the day before. You know, I remember going to the Sacramento airport and dropping my brother off because he was going into the army, and you could walk all the way to the fucking gate with them. Not, I think it's crazy. Nothing like that hadn't happened before. I mean, they had been planning on it since the '60s, anyways. Operation Northwoods. Google it. Are you asking me why so serious? I wish it was more. Why so oblivious? Believe me, I wish I could be oblivious to all of this stuff. But I do get semi-serious sometimes. I also think that you're maybe referencing something that I said like recently, because I said why so serious too the other night to somebody. But anyways, I'm not trying to be serious. I'm trying to be oblivious, but it's hard when you feel stuff that you don't want to feel. And you see stuff that you don't want to see. I'm like that dude from Unbreakable, you know? If I touch people, I can like kind of see their demons and stuff. Gets to a point where it gets a little bit exhausting and terrifying. When all you start seeing is demons. And that's when, well, I'll tell you. Hold on. That's when you bust out your old guitar and you say, "Hit 'em up, cowboy." Well, hit 'em up, cowboy, don't you know? Everything is about rock and roll. Joy so serious, make it laugh. Tell a joke, go take a bath. Oh, why so serious? Whoa, why so curious? We're all gonna die, and I just might laugh as soon as cry. But you'll die first, I'll die next. And that's a guess. That was lame. Oh shit. That song's called Countrified Lame Sauce. Secret family old recipe. Now y'all don't go stealing that now. Oh golly gosh darn dang. Roblox. No, I'm not even sure what that is, brother. It is a balance of smiles and cries. Pokemon, I don't know why it held that comment. I don't think it understood what all of those Y's and A's are all about, but I sure did, just so you know. I appreciate that. Why so serious? I don't want to separate my teeth when I speak. When I was a kid, when I got hurt or something, my dad always told me to grit your teeth, boy. And so now whenever I talk, I don't even open my teeth because I'm always gritting my fucking teeth. And I seriously like have issues with my jaw because I've been doing that since I was a child, like just clenching my freaking jaw. My whole body is just like tight, like a mouse trap. And it kind of looks cool, like I have superpowers, but it's really not. It's just a bunch of bags and bones inside of me. Bags with weird little organs inside of them, little accordions bouncing off the walls, freaking everybody out. It's okay. As long as everybody else is safe, I'll take the heat. Oh, damn. I almost picked it up and started singing a song about taking the heat. So yeah, that's like the... There we go. I didn't even mean for that to happen, but that just looked like the perfect arm right there. So it was easy to just kind of add the rest of it. And then if you follow it up, you know, the head would be like right here. And the eyes, or the eye, and then another eye right here, hypothetically, or in there somewhere if you want. But that's... it's just so crazy. I didn't even mean for that. That's the happiest accident I've seen that I've done in a long time. But yeah, I appreciate the company. That's for darn sure. Especially on a Friday, when you could be doing something else. So even if you're just watching for a minute, just want you to know that I appreciate it. I tell bad jokes and I talk about my life, and people come on here and say weird shit, and I talk about it. We all talk about it. I draw like no one I've ever met in my life. Otherwise, I would want to marry them. A lot of people come on here and ask, or not ask necessarily, but, you know, will say that they wish they could draw like this. And like I've said a million times, I mean, good luck with that, but I feel like you don't really want to. It's very lonely. But I would suggest getting into Salvador Dali and just some like weird stuff like that, because that's what led me down this road. Some Dali, some like, you know, I really do like Picasso in just that he, you know, was prolific, but also the way that he drew. Like, I really like Cubism. I'm a really, really big fan of Cubism. Sometimes I see art, certain pieces, and it could be from any genre, even or especially Impressionism, but as long as it has there's like certain qualities that my body physically reacts to when I see a good piece of art. You know, it's just like hearing a song or seeing a good movie or something that really speaks to you. You can feel it, you know. You have dreams about it. You can almost taste it. Art is the same way for me. Or it won't even be the whole piece sometimes, but when it is, that's just a miracle, and that's just a beautiful thing as well. But sometimes it's just like a section, you know, it's almost like an album in a sense, like a record. Oops, sorry, like a record, because there'll be like one song on a record that you like, right? But then you listen to the whole album just to listen to that one song, and over time, the next song starts growing on you, and then the next one, until the whole album you just love, and you don't listen to that one song anymore without listening to the entire album. And I think art is the same way. Like, I think I focus on like one little area over here, or if I'm scanning an image, like a piece of art on a wall, my eyes scan it, and sometimes I'll see like something in it that really connects with the way my eyes are working. And then that makes me want to look at the rest of it with a different lens. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. I don't know if anybody else does that kind of stuff, but I do. And it's just really, a lot of it's just subconscious, but sometimes it's more that when I go to art galleries or, shows where there's like a lot of people or something like that, I just am scanning images instead of like really looking at them. But then if I'm scanning them and something, catches my eye or whatever, then I'll obsess over it almost. But that's sort of rare when that happens. But when it does, it's really cool. That's all. When I'm not working a day job, this is all I want to do, is all I think about. It's the only time I feel like I'm doing something right. That's not saying much. Or that says it all. Whatever. Thanks for all the likes. Holy crap. I like that little Ricky. I like his teeth. There we go. That's a start. And almost finish. Okay. I gotta get shoving off. But before I do shove off all the way, just want to sing y'all a little song. Okay. Hold on. Now. Oh. Wait. Oh. 1 second. Oh. Hello, everybody. What? Does anybody know what year it is? Alright. Oh, 1 second. Let me make sure this thing's in tune. Just give me 1 second. Perfect. Here we go. I forgot the lyrics. dumb shit. You dumb shit. Alright. That was a song called I Was Once a Balloon Inside of a Cartoon Nightmare World. So it reminds me, oh my god, that hurt. Reminds me of a a blister that's about to form on my finger now that I just did that. And that also reminds me of a time when I used to think that dreams mattered and that anything was possible. But when that's not possible. So that's that. That was really it. Okay. And then that's the second song I wanted to show you. It's taken me quite a while to get that one down. Like, I don't know where to put this. Put it right there. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any concerns? Do you want to talk about your dreams? We can. We can talk about anything you want. Whoa, there's other comments down here. When did that comment come in? Yes, Morse. What in the devil? I don't know if I have another guitar. How many guitars do I even have? Well, I also have this one. Oh shit! I also have these and this one. I got this for $65 at a pawn shop in Boise, Idaho. And I got this one off an old lady who was playing it on the street for cash. I took her cash and the guitar, and she beat me down like a dog. But then the next day, she gave this to me because I put up, like, pretty much, I didn't fight back, but my body, it just repelled her long enough that she actually gained some respect for me. So now we're best friends, and we're in a band together. We're called the Grumpy Grannies, even though she's much older than I am. I just still thought it was kind of cool, like the Violent Femmes, like the Grumpy Grannies. Like, blister in your thumb, son, whatever. But yeah, this is an Epiphone. This is my 12 string. It's named Earl. Earl Grey, for all you Spanish-speaking people out there. That's right. Come and get it. And then this is my friend as well. Yeah, hold on. Oh, it gets better. Check this out. Yeah. An endless well of annoying mediocrity around these parts. And every day I wake up and I thank the muse for their help and bringing all this magic to life. It's just magical. I like the piano too, and that was something else that when me and that lady were jamming last, I noticed a grand piano in her foyer. So I'm going to go over there tonight with a ski mask on and I'm gonna steal that piano right out from under that grumpy granny's nose. And hopefully she won't even realize that it was mine, but I'm gonna have to find a space for it. That being said, anybody capo? I'm capable of anything. I'm capable of anything. I just wanted to talk. And say hi to everybody. You know what's funny? Something I hadn't thought about in a while. Oh, yep. Clowns. Clowns are funny. By nature. It's a capo. So yeah. You know, dislike and unsubscribe if you want. No pun. No. I won't. I'm not gonna hunt you down like last time. Anybody, just know that I have my feelers out there, and they're pretty capable. So, other than that, everything went pretty swell tonight, and the art is suffering. It is suffering quite a bit, and I mean that in a very classical, romantic way. It's a beautiful thing to witness firsthand, mind you, POV. It's okay. I said I wasn't gonna cry or slobber. Sorry, it gets quite lonely in here. I'm done. That will be the last time I cry until the next episode. You would tell me if there was somebody behind me, right? Like something, if there was like some kind of monster. I thought I heard breathing, and then I felt like breath on my neck. You would tell me if there was some kind of like ghost or something. Yeah, that's creepy. Alright. Well, y'all take care. And don't forget, ArtGuard kills creativity dead. Get yours today at the pharmacy closest to your nearest art store. In the meantime, ArtGuard. And for those people who have hyper-sensitive creativity like myself, you gotta reach for ArtGuard X. Kills creativity extra fucking dead. Alright. Until then, you be kind. Pokemon, I love you.